Give me verse Proverbs 1 and 10. And verse 1 and 10 and verse 15. Where y'all just come from right now?
Park.
To the park? Which I was just playing baseball?
No.
Down there? Okay, cool. I said, how old are y'all? You're 13? You're 13 too? You're 11? You're 10? Okay, cool. Listen to this.
Proverbs chapter 1 verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
I want to bring this out because y'all, as being so young, a lot of time our people, our young men get caught up into gangs, caught up into violence. But you know, look where we live at. We live in the hood, right? We live in the hood, right? There's robbery, there's stealing, there's gunshots, right? True or false? So what? As a young man, God is saying, when you see other kids, because you're gonna find people, either people your age, older, that's gonna want to what? Try to get you to do what? Crime, stealing, drugs. Y'all gotta make sure when you see these things, walk away. God is saying, read it again.
My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Listen more. 15.
Verse 15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them, refrain thy foot from their path.
So it's good. I mean, you were playing sports, but when you're walking in this life, you gotta make sure that guess what? You gotta be careful who your friends are.
Bring it up.
You gotta be real careful who you hang out with, because are some of your friends into like violence? Are they in gangs? Do you know friends that are like in gangs, shooting, robbing, right? Right? You got friends like that, right? Because when I grew up, I had people that I knew that did that. So what God is saying is that those type of people that you call friends, you got to be careful with them and not follow their example. Because you being young, 13, 11 years old, anything could happen to you, right?
Bring it up.
Have you seen kids your age get arrested, killed?
I saw
Some, right? Right, because guess what? Our people get into trouble following all these bad examples.
That's right.
So what you got to do is to what? When we hang out with people that you know are going to do right.
That's right.
You got when you growing up, you got your parents. You got both parents. You don't got your dad. Your dad left. Your mom left. So you got your dad with you. Oh, your mom is. So your mom is in your life. Okay. What about y'all?
just my mom.
Just your mom? Okay. A lot of time that happens. So guess what you got to do? Y'all got to make sure y'all respect your mom. Let me get that in. Yeah, well, the one in Galatians, what's that, Galatians 6? 6 and 1? Yeah.
No,
Ephesians. Okay, Ephesians 6 and 1. What I'm trying to show y'all right now is that these little things that might seem simple to y'all gotta actually make sure I apply it. Make sure it don't be disrespectful. No, you know, when I was telling the other little brother, what? About not smoking. You know, brothers that be smoking, right? You know we're not supposed to smoke? That's a sin. Getting high, robbing people, having girlfriends. Ain't no girl, you're not supposed to have no girlfriends right now. The other little brother had a girlfriend. You know we're not supposed to have girlfriends until you become a grown-up, right? You have a wife.
Yep.
So if you do have somebody right now, so-called girlfriend, you need to stop that. You understand that?
What's up, Jabari?
Huh? Your brother right here? What, you got a so-called girlfriend? Yeah? Would you have? Let me get that. Read this, what I got to tell you.
Read this first. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother.
So we're supposed to honor our father and mother. So right now your father ain't there, right? But what, you got your mother, so honor her. Now let me ask you a question. How would your mother feel if you get a girl pregnant right now in your age? How do you think she'll feel about that? She'll be shocked, right? So if you do you have a job right now?
Not yet.
No. How about any of y'all got a job? No?
Well, it's not technically a job, but I'm trying to.
Okay, cool. Would you be able, at your age right now, to actually maintain and take care of a baby?
No.
No, right? Okay. So obviously you're living with your mom, so you don't even have your own place either, right? Okay. So if you was to get a pregnant, what you gonna do then?
To get a girl pregnant?
Yeah, what would you do? You don't know, right?
I go to my mom first because she said, like, if we like ready to do that, like, let her do first.
So that's what I'm trying to get you with the thing. The seriousness of these actions. As a young man right now, you think it's cool, but guess what? You get a girl pregnant, you don't realize, you just said, and then what you just said right now, you said, I will go to my mom's. Yeah. You don't think that's a little childish, right? So that's the type of things. You're a child right now. Enjoy your childhood. Get yourself right. Stop trying to play what? Grown-ups. Y'all trying to play grown-up. Y'all trying to play house, but y'all still ain't grown up yet. You understand that? So these are the type of things I need you to understand. It's cool it's cool in this world, but it's not cool with the responsibility that come after, right? So read this one more time.
Ephesians chapter 6 verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
So remember, it says to honor your father and mother. So it would be a shame, it would be a dishonor to your mother if you was to bring a girl pregnant in your house. Because you can't take care of her. So guess what? Now she got to take care of a baby that, guess what? A child just had. You understand that? So now I want to ask you a question. Some of these things that goes on in your life, how do you think we will fix this? What's some of the problems in our community that y'all see as young men? I want to know. Gun shooting, right? How do you think we will fix that? Leviticus 19. So gun shooting, right? What else you see? Robberies and all that, right? Watch this.
Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So we're not supposed to what? Hate our people, the blacks and Hispanics. We're not supposed to have hatred towards us, what? In our mind, right?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
You know what rebuke means? Rebuke means is when you tell somebody when they're off. So if you're wrong, I tell you when you're wrong. So you actually you know how in this right now they talk about not snitching? You heard about it, right? Snitches get stitches, right? They be saying that, right? But guess what? According to God, you're supposed to actually tell if you see something wrong. So if you see your brother over here doing something wrong, you're supposed to tell him, stop doing that.
That's right.
That's according to God.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So guess what? To fix what? You talk about the robbing, the shooting. We would stop doing that if we would actually start loving each other.
That's right.
Because if I would see my brother, you know, say, you know what? That's my brother right here. And I love him. We are God's chosen people. What? You wouldn't rob him. You wouldn't steal from him. You wouldn't sell drugs. Because a lot of people sell drugs over here, right? What do drugs do to your body? You can get cancer, lung problem, right? So when some people are selling drugs to you, guess what they're doing? They hate you. So when people are selling drugs to your people over here, that's hatred.
That's right.
Because what are you doing? You're making money off the death of your people. You understand that? So that's how you fix the problem. You gotta start what? Loving each other, teaching each other. Now I'm gonna give you a few simple commandments. Give me Leviticus. I'm gonna give my brothers because y'all need to go home soon. It's late, so I want to make sure. Huh? Where your sister? Oh, okay. All right. Hey, so I'm gonna give you a few things right now. Remember, God said, "If you love me, keep the commandments." So I'm gonna give you a few little things so y'all can try to start doing in your life, right? So we'll talk about not getting high, not getting drunk, right? Now we're gonna teach you about what you eat. Who likes bacon? You like bacon? You like shrimp? You like lobster? You don't like shrimp? Shrimp nasty? Y'all eat crabs? Y'all eat crabs?
I eat crabs.
You eat crabs? Okay. Now give me that first.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed.
Right now, let's talk about pork, the swine. It's a different word for pork, right? Bacon, you know, pork chops, stuff like that, right?
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. he is unclean to you.
You know what I'm saying? When he says something is unclean to you, it's saying it's dirty for you. It's saying pork is dirty for you.
That's right.
So God is saying we're not supposed to eat pork. So that bacon that you like, you're not supposed to eat. And God is saying it's bad for you. Yeah. So those type of things right there. So if you like bacon, you need to tell your parents, look, I can't eat that. I just read in the Bible in Leviticus it said we're not supposed to eat pork.
There you go.
Now give me the fish.
Verse 9. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever had fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So try to describe the type of fish you can eat. Because guess what? I'm about to show you right now that you can't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. You can't eat that. You know they're the same family as roaches? Did you know that? Shrimp, crab, and lobster, they in the same family as roaches.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, because you never see roaches. Look. Roaches don't have meat, right? You see how you got like the chicken and beef, right? They have like the flesh, the muscle. So you be eating like the beef and the chicken, right? You're eating their flesh. When you eat crab, shrimp, and lobster, they don't have flesh like us, or the chicken or the beef, right? They got the same type of flesh as a roach does. It's not the same. You see that? So when you eat a shrimp, crab, and lobster, that's what you're eating. You're pretty much eating a roach.
That's right.
The roach of the sea is dirty.
That's right.
Finish it off.
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
So look at that. It's saying, yo, it's going to be a nasty thing for you. So you know what? The fishes that you can eat tilapia, salmon, tuna fish.
I eat tuna fish with bread.
Right, I like tuna fish. I like tuna fish. Yeah, so you know the fish, so when you look at a fish, when you look at the Google, if you put fins and scales, or the fishes that got, you know the scales, the skin, they got the little ripples on it, and they got the fins, those you can eat. But if it don't have both of them, like you know about catfish, right? Y'all know about catfish? Yeah, have you ate catfish before? Don't have it? Okay, but you haven't seen a catfish, right? It's smooth, right? So you can't eat it because it has fins, but it don't have no scales. So guess what? That's another fish that guess what? You cannot eat according to God. Because it's a fish that likes to eat like the yeah, it's the bottom feeder. Like you know when the fish, you know, poop, you know, use the bathroom, right? They eat it. They dare to eat. That's what I'm saying. The crab, shrimp, and lobster. They like the they eat the they eat doodle. Pretty much, yeah. So guess what? So when you eat that, when you eating that, that's what you're eating inside of you. That's why a lot of people get sick. Let me get the tattoos. Ain't none of y'all got tattoos, do y'all? Okay, cool. Have y'all ever been planning to get one? No? You got? Okay. Oh, you was planning to? That's a sin. We're not supposed to actually get tattoos. Like I have tattoos because I didn't know. And then when I learned, God said, don't do that. It's a sin. I stopped. I ain't get no more tattoos. Because you're actually cutting into your flesh. It's not good. You got it?
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord.
So guess what? No tattoos. Tattoos is a sin.
That's right.
So as you get older, or even like that, if you see another friend that try to tell you, oh, let's go get a tattoo. God is saying that's a sin. Don't do that. Don't destroy your body.